Too much coffee. Way too much coffee. And that's why I'm watching TV in the middle of the night in the bathroom, if it's any of your business. Well, big trouble out at the campsite this week for our adventures with Bill. Bill brought me up to show me what was going on. He held up the old paddle there, and you can see the big teeth, the big bite marks out of that from a bear or what have you. One of those Italian loaves that had been badly treated by something very hungry, and he had a can of some kind of can of something that had been bitten, and then he got an idea. It wasn't as much of an idea as it looked right there. That's actually a little portable lamp that he brings to all his campsites in case there's hydro. Anyway, he's got some washers there. I don't know what's going on here now. He says you drop the washers into some tin cans. What he's trying to do is make some kind of a noisemaker type deal. That sounded odd. Oh, that's why that happened. All right, now he strings all the cans with the washers in them, you see, and he's stringing across like I guess that's like a tripwire. And he gets around the tree with that and pulled her tight. I don't think you should use a jerking motion with those. I think you should just tighten that gradually, Bill. Don't, Bill. No. Oh. Well, now the washers are kind of like almost like a bullet at this point. Yeah, he's fine. Yeah. Okay. Oh. The end of another good idea. Anyway, we put the washers back in. See how that works? Any kind of an animal, you know that? And then he had another rig there with a little bunch of curb feelers off the old... oh, no, this is the Jingle Bell one first. Yeah, I love that. Sounds like Santa's coming to town, huh? And then he had these are the curb feelers off the old Studebaker Lark. Isn't that nice? Or maybe those are the sparkler things. I'm not sure. Anyway, same idea. The animal trips over that. And so now Bill can just get back into the tent and lie down, and he's going to just, you know what he's going to do? Take his paddle. He likes to cuddle up with a paddle ever since that canoeing accident. And he just pretends he's asleep. Just pretends he's asleep. Well, he's a good actor. Well, if he can pretend he's asleep, I'll pretend I'm an animal. Time to ring your bells there, Bill. Up he comes. Step one, get out of the tent. Out of the tent. Get out of there, Bill. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get out of there. Now go and get that bird. That's it. Whoa. Come back the other way. And Now, see, in the old days, he wouldn't know there was an animal, and then he'd be eating all his food. That's progress, eh, Bill? And now, with my apologies to young people everywhere, here's Harold.
It's time now for teens to tune into that techno-pop, hip-hop talk part of the other show. It's... Movie Review Day! Okay, today I'm going to be reviewing that classic film, Gone with the Wind. P.U. This thing was like 4 hours long. That's like, 2 video cassettes. Okay, enough's enough even. Gone with the Wind, it should have been called like Gone for Lunch. Or like Gone Fishing for a Plot or something like that. 4 hours. I don't know, maybe audiences had more time on their hands when this movie was made back in the 1800s or something. I don't know. But I'm telling you, today's audiences... What?
I really like Gone with the Wind, okay? 4 hours of fires, war, horses. And at the end there, Clark Gable swore a little.
I'd look a little bit like Clark Gable if I had a mustache.
Harold, if you had a mustache, you look like your mother.
Well, thank you.
He's not going to be happy to hear it. I know a lot of you teenagers go to the movies because I'm the guy that sits behind you and tells you to shut up and reminds you that girl you're with is the daughter of a friend of mine. So I know that you're getting exposed to a lot of violence, especially if you keep rattling that cellophane bag of jujubes. But the movies today, oh my God, seems like somebody's always getting their head blown off, or you get the slice and dice, or you got Rambo turning everybody into Spambo. I wouldn't do to fish what the people do to each other in some of these movies. And I'm concerned that the youngsters start accepting that level of violence as part of their normal daily lives. This could be bad news for crossing guards. So I'm asking you teenagers particularly, to just put the violence on the back burner, start concentrating on sex. That's where you should have your mind, because a libido only lasts a certain length of time. Whereas the urge to smack somebody in the melon goes right to the grave and beyond. I'm heard that Junior Singleton was fooling around with his helicopter down by the dock, so I went down to see Hap Shaughnessy and see if he'd seen him and had any idea what was going on. You seen Junior Singleton? I heard he was down at the dock here.
Probably down at the boathouse dock, Red. Climb out and I'll give you a ride over.
I don't want to cause any inconvenience.
No inconvenience to me, Red.
Yeah, I know.
What's Junior Singleton doing down at the boathouse dock?
I don't really know, but it involves whatever's left of his helicopter.
He was asking for trouble, flying without a license. Why didn't he ask me? I never crashed once in Vietnam or Korea or Operation Desert Song, Falklands or Toledo. I was helicopter traffic reporter.
In Toledo?
Ah, Vietnam. In Toledo, I was Lonnie Anderson's private pilot. But I never, ever crashed a helicopter.
No, me either.
You don't fly helicopters.
Yeah, me either.
Now, hang on, I know everything there is to know about helicopters. Last time I was in the Andes, this plane crashed into a mountain pass. Only way to rescue the survivors was by helicopter, but the big choppers couldn't hover in the thin mountain air. So I eliminated everything but the engine, the throttle, and gripping tightly onto the exhaust, I flew up there and I got those people. Well, they made a book and a movie about it.
Oh, yeah, The Great Imposter.
No, this was called Alive. Harrison Ford played my part, but he was cut out of the final version. It's too bad, too. He gave a very convincing and a very believable performance.
Oh, so he changed the character completely. Well, this used helicopter has turned into a real challenge. I suggested Junior return it and at least get some of his money back. But he said that his wife already found out that he bought it, so there's really no safe way out of this at this point.
You know, if people thought these things through, maybe we wouldn't have these kind of problems.
How many times have I wished that your parents had thought things through there? But we make the best of it, and that's exactly what Junior's done. He took the motor and the blade off the helicopter, and he mounted them sideways on the boathouse like a huge nuclear fan. And then he took what was left of the helicopter, added a couple of canoes to it, made himself a glider.
Wow! So how does this work now? Like, does the nuclear fan just kind of blow the glider away?
No, Buster Hadfield tied a rope to the glider and anchored it to the dock. So Junior kind of floats over the lake, just like that. He can fly in a straight line for 5 or 6 hours and never be more than 89 feet from the lodge. And he doesn't need a license, because it's not really an airplane. It's classified as a manned kite. Or maybe a manned lightning rod. We'll see.
Whatever it is, it sounds cool. I'd love to try that. You think I could trust you guys not to cut the rope?
Not a chance.
Oh, it's meeting time. I'm going to go down to the meeting. I'm going to get those guys to swear they're not going to cut the rope.
Well, you usually get the guys to swear, Harold, but it generally lacks focus. Go give it a try, and then I'll be down in a minute.
Okay, yeah.
Well, I guess the helicopter thing wasn't a total disaster. I mean, Junior got a new toy out of it, and now we're guaranteed a breeze on Possum Lake, even if it drowns out all conversation and shreds the occasional duck. Anyway, if my wife is watching, I hope you noticed what happened here tonight. Junior went out and spent a whole lot of money on a helicopter, and they're still married. So surely I should be able to buy a fishing rod without calling in the marriage counselor, wouldn't you? And to the rest of you, on behalf of myself and Harold and the whole gang up here at Possum Lodge, thanks for watching, and keep your stick on the ice. Thing turned out. But we can't get away from the reality that we have leveled over 200 acres of bush.
Boy, this is too much!